top 25 clash in the early season as both of these programs try to make an early statement and build that resume. Welcome to Sooner Nation in Gaylord Family Oklahoma Memorial Stadium, as we'll see a top 5 team in this conference taking on the 18th ranked team in the land, the Oklahoma Sooners. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. Sooners will get us started with the opening kickoff. And it'll be a touchback. The ball. Come out to the 25-yard line. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. They'll run the option. He'll toss it. It's a seam wide open. Surges across the 30, out to the 32, a 6-yard run. This new Big Ten is balanced and deep, and you're not going to get many mulligans. You're going to need to get off to a quick start.
And it's going to be a physical grind ahead. You look at the schedule for these teams, it's brutal. Each and every week, you are going to get tested. So it's important they get off to a really fast start. They've got to come out, pick everything they did on the practice field this offseason, and let these guys go play.
Yeah, and you got to let it rip, man, because that's always your first goal, right? We talk about conference championships, winning your conference, and then it gets you to where you need to go. So looking forward to getting conference play kicked off in the Big Ten.
He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. The Sooner fans booming, a cacophony of noise at the Palace on the Prairie on 3rd down. Timeout called by the defense is their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Trying play action. Looking left. Got him downfield. And they pick up a better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down. And how about taking a big chunk out of this defense on the opening drive?
And with the speed they have on the perimeter, Reese, no doubt, they want to come out here and test this secondary, test these DBs, and they know they've got the QB with the arm talent to get the ball there. That's a great start for this offense.
The offense starts with a 1st and 5 after the penalty. Looking downfield, it's Underwood. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time.
There he goes! He goes out of bounds right at the 10-yard line, and the offense can smell the touchdown from here.
You've got to be loving what you're seeing from your offense here on the opening drive of this game. They're in a really nice rhythm. They've got real good balance going on right now, and they've got the defense on their heels.
On the snap, it's Haynes. Oh, and he's going backwards. Defense not fooled at all by the Wildcat. Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Wants to go up top. Under fire. And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack.
And the QB has had a nice drive, and this offense has been throwing the football all over the yard. You want to stop that? Get pressure on him. Nice job getting to the quarterback effectively. And even better, getting him on the ground.
On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
Really nice third down sub-defense there that time. It's third and long. They're expecting pass, and they're mixing up their looks. They're trying to change the picture pre-snap to post-snap to confuse the quarterback, now forcing the incompletion, setting up fourth.
And on this opening drive, the D gave up some yards, but that's okay. They buckled down when they needed to. They forced the field goal, keeping the home crowd still engaged, still excited, and now they get the football.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a first down. Guys, Oklahoma's transition to the SEC in 2024 taught them a lesson that you might be able to get by at times without offensive consistency, but you won't thrive. So what kind of pressure, David, is the new guy under center under?
A lot of pressure, but obviously the experience, the transfer over. He was the top guy at that spot in the transfer portal. You bring in a new offensive coordinator, new weapons around him, so a revamped new Oklahoma offense. They're hoping they will match their defense, and those wins will go up and up and up.
The Sooners now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Quarterback may change this route. To the air, it's Mateer. Here's a heat. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
And that pressure got to him quick. I mean, you talk about you want your quarterback to feel comfortable. Man, he didn't have time to feel comfortable. He didn't have time to get his feet set and get in the ground. This offensive line's got to do a better job.
On third and long, no secret what he needs here. Complete downfield. He found plenty of room, and he gets it to the 39-yard line.
That's really got to make this offensive coordinator feel good calling plays. You get a completion on third down early in the game, and he should be having a lot of confidence now moving forward in this game calling plays.
And the Sooners have this offense rolling. Here they're trying to get it to the edge. Wide open spaces. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down.
That's a nice run. This guy has it all, doesn't he? He has speed, he has shiftiness, and he has power. The power reminds me of an old great Sooner running back, Marcus Dupree, arguably one of the most gifted runners college football has ever seen. And a guy that didn't quite pan out at the NFL level because of injuries. This dude has it in him, though. And I'm sure he's reminding a lot of people in the stadium right now of good old Marcus Dupree.
Yeah, and listen, offensively, you run the RPOs. You just want positive yards, make the right read the guy. If he wants to drop back a little bit, hand it off, get some positive yards, go on to the next play.
And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, really be physical, because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop out.
They're close enough for a makeable field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and long. To the air, it's Mateer. Catch in the middle, it's Sategna. Got enough to move the sticks. First down from the 17.
When you run those drag routes, it just takes a little bit of know-how. And when I say that, the receiver's got to understand, find space. My quarterback's going to find me. He's looking for that space at the same time. Nice throw, nice catch. Way to get the first down.
Into the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
I love the quick decision that QB made there on that RPO, knowing he wanted to get it out of his hands fast. He just needs to make a more accurate throw moving forward.
This quarterback part of their running game. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Oklahoma!
It's just so nice to have a signal ball who can make plays through the air and make plays with his feet like this. Runs in for the touchdown. The defense knows I have to account for him every play. That's my quarterback.
And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk out to the 30-yard line. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter.
And the offense has a little bit of success, and what do? They push that turbo button right back on the line, ready to run another play.
First play of the period will be a 2nd down. They'll try the run. Got the first down. Looking for more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. They'll snap it from the 39. 1st and 10. Back to pass, it's Underwood. Fires left. Got his man. Makes the tackle at the 46, but it's a 15-yard gain to get them into plus territory. Wants to throw on 1st down. Rushes on him. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44. And the Wolverines want to crank the tempo.
I got to be honest, I'm a little surprised the offense is trying to go so fast here after giving up a huge loss on that sack. You'd think they'd want to just take a second, regroup before running this next play.
Got the quick pass. And he's dragged down.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Sooner Nation bearing down on this offense on this huge third down play. From the gun, wants to pass. Got a man, it's Moore. Rolls inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 29, and now they're threatening.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his protection.
He just got rid of the football. Not sure what he was doing, and they're going to get him for grounding. They'll line up for a second down play. Looking to fire. Here's the pressure. He gets rid of it, but I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, here comes the flag. Trying to pick up a first down. On third and forever, let's test his arm strength. He's got it inside the 30. He is not going to get there. Stopped short of the line to gain, and it'll be fourth down. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to take the 3. Splits the uprights right down the middle. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Week in and week out, guys, you never know what's going to happen in college football. Check this out. East Carolina has the lead right now. Greenville has been buzzing all week, but this game is hardly over. There is time left on that clock. They're up by a field goal over Southern Miss. We will be multitasking today, boys. One eye on that game, one eye on your game. Really the only way to do it.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Toss sweep right. Creates a little space. Oh, he's got some space. Turning on the Jets. At the 20. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown Sooners.
Well, I know it's early this season, but it's obvious already. This guy is a major weapon in this offense. Had 2 touchdowns in his first game. He's now on the board right now. What a difference maker and a playmaker he's going to be this season for this offense.
The defense calls the timeout. They're second of the day as they try to get their act together. Why not double the try total and go for 2? They're going to run it. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. leaves it with his back. Lots of running room. He'll go out of bounds right at the 36-yard line in the running game, making its presence felt.
I love this guy because he brings a physicality to this Michigan offense. Bo Schembechler would have loved this guy. He would have loved to jog a few extra tight ends on the field, get the QB under center, student body right, and give this guy the football. He would have fit in perfectly with his running style. Man, he is hard to bring down.
The Wolverines come to the line in the hurry-up. Completing a forward pass was much like solving the Rubik's Cube for Michigan a year ago, but now, Jesse, they have the nation's unleashes one deep. Touchdown, Michigan! They took a shot to the end zone and found 6 points waiting on them. And it looks as if they buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play.
What a nice catch by the defensive back. Listen, a lot of times you see DBs get in position to make plays, but there's a reason they play DB and not wide receiver. Great job finishing the interception, catching the ball, making a big play.
Back to throw, it's Underwood. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. The Big Ten schedule sort of ate these guys up last year. They're looking for a better performance this time around.
Yeah, and it eats a lot of people up, obviously being such a tough conference. But if you look at the way you start the season, a lot of times, man, that's when you build your momentum. That's when you build your confidence. If you can hang around, be competitive, sometimes the way you start, Palmer, it just lays out the rest of the season for you.
And they know they just got to be a lot more fit.
Got enough space, and he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines. Offense did exactly what it's supposed to do with a start like that one.
When you're set up with that field position, you're thinking touchdowns. You're not thinking field goals. It's exactly what the offense does. Takes advantage of great field position.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. The give to the back. At the 35, he's open. Turning it on. He's loose. He's at the 10. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Oklahoma.
Man, this guy is such a weapon because he's so dangerous if he gets into the second level. Great vision, and then David shows you the speed.
Just straight wheels, erasing angles. A lot of times when you're chasing guys that are so fast like this, you're like, I got him, I got him. No, I do not. What a big, long touchdown run. Pad those stats, young fella.
They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? He'll call for the fair catch here. To be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Trying the left side. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. We saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical.
Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down. New set of downs after the completion. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
How about the difference a week makes for this QB? Last week, man, the completion percentage way down. Just wasn't consistent, wasn't in good rhythm. Right now, looks like he's in total control, and this offense is moving at a way better pace. Looks like a completely different team from last week.
Trying to make magic on the scramble. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down. They'll go hurry up here. Quarterback will keep it. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. After a good pickup on the run, it's second down. Caught behind the line. It's Morgan. Oh, a lot of space. They finally get him on the ground, and this junior turning in a big play after the catch. The magic bean is spinning out of control. Already over 200 yards in the first half.
Yeah, they're being aggressive offensively, throwing the football, trying to take advantage of this defense on the back end. They've got their quarterback right now in a groove.
Throwing right. It's caught. Touchdown, Michigan. Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now going into the half with the lead, with the momentum?
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
Something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Hold and fire complete. At the 35, he's got room. They get him on the ground late in the half. They have the first down at the 41.
And that's why for the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
Quickly to the tight end. There he goes. Stopped just across the 50 at the 49-yard line. It's a pickup of 10 and a first down. These routes have some reads and adaptability built in, and the big fella found that cushion and made the play.
Man, it's so awesome how much offenses have evolved. They know exactly what they're getting, where to sit down, quarterback, tight end, on the same page, gets the first down.
Dropping back, it's Mateer. Pocket breaking down. Grabbed in the backfield, it's on.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Quarterback making adjustments. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. Grabs it inside the 15. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. They ripped off a huge chunk, and now a little chunk is needed to pay it off. Lets it fly. Touchdown Sooners. Fired in from the red zone for the score.
Every coach in the country talks about finishing half strong. Man, how about that? You get the touchdown, a chance to tie this game up and take all the momentum into halftime.
So here comes the kickoff after the touchdown, and the last thing you need right before the half is to give up a big return. He makes a fair catch just outside his own 10 at the 11-yard line. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Defense showing blitz here. Leaves it with the running back. Got to be smart, patient, great vision. Uses all of that to get to the 29. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. On the direct snap, it's Haynes. Going to try to get it himself. They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Will boot it away to start the second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll open the second half with a run. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
You know, it looks like they just flip the ball and everything just magically works. You know why this toss to the left works? Because the wide receivers block. You know, I know you don't say that very often. Most of the time they want to run out, you know, get the glory, catch the ball, but they got to do a good job of blocking. When you toss it on the perimeter, those guys are pivotal for this play to have success. Really good job blocking on the perimeter.
Might be calling a hot route. Caught in the backfield, it's Thomas. And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds.
Great job by the defense, seeing it right away, reacting to the screen, going and getting the football, and getting the fast playmaker on the ground.
Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Sends it back in motion. Caught in the backfield. It's Tatum. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. They were able to get the ball to the running back in space, but that space just evaporated.
And a great job by the defense, man. It's tough to get those guys on the ground. They're so used to having the football as running backs and making plays and being dynamic. So usually one guy not going to get into the ground. You want many guys swarming to the football, trying to get that elusive guy on the ground.
Looking to pass. It's Mateer. He spins that thing down the middle. And trying to put points on the board on third down. Now they're staring at fourth down.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up. But if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
The Sooners will send out the punt unit. First time today we've seen a punter go to work. And the kicking team's going to call a timeout.
Timeout, Oklahoma.
The Sooners will call on their punt team. Oh, the fake. They snapped it to the up man. He's on the move. Steps out at the 34-yard line. Big pickup on that one in this offense within striking distance.
They had the exact look they had practiced for and what they wanted. The up man gets the snap directly. He's able to use the speed, get the first down, and the chains are moving.
And the Sooners are on the move. Quick completion on the out route. Flying down the right side. Touchdown, Oklahoma! And that one will put them up here in the second half. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Louisiana is currently up big right now in a game they'll be talking about down on the Bayou for some time. They're up by 31 over the Groupers. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Well, you haven't seen a lot of incompletions from this guy now in his last two games out. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. As a head coach, you got to love the fact that your quarterback is dialed in.
They go to the ground. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking for a man. It's Underwood. Oh, they're after him. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, you haven't seen a ton of incompletions in this game, and that's good news for this QB. Obviously, he struggled his last game out. Part of that was the defense. Part of that was him not playing as well as he wanted to. But in this game, he really has been, for the most part, locked in, and that is a good sign for this offense.
They'll run it from the gun. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Grabbed over the middle. It's Hester. He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49.
I love running the angle route, whether it's on first down, second down, third down. It's a really good route. It's a safe route. Just takes a little bit of timing over the middle of the field. But, hey, again, getting it to a playmaker in space, always winning.
And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
No, and that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender. But how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
The Sooner fans booming. A cacophony of noise at the Palace on the Perry on third down. Looking for a man. It's Underwood. With the catch, it's Morgan. Just carving up this defense and getting it down to the 24. The Wolverines in the hurry-up.
Well, this guy's having a day. It doesn't matter where he's lined up or what routes he's running. He just seems to always be getting open, and his quarterback is taking notice. He's looking his way. Nice job there, throwing in time, getting it to him in space and allowing him to go to work. This is turning into a very nice statistical day for this wide receiver.
The crowd getting behind this defense as they try to get a stop in the red zone. Under fire. Flushed out of the pocket. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
Well, you just sort of felt like this defense had to do something to get this quarterback out of a rhythm, right? He's been picking them apart all drive long, and finally they come up with a sack.
Third down play in the red zone, and this crowd is at fever pitch. Caught close to the marker, it's Hester. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening. First and goal from the 9.
And that's a really good example of a quarterback and his intended target both being on the same page. The timing was almost perfect on that play. That's why they were able to convert the third down, now setting up first and goal.
Fans are bringing the noise on first and goal. He'll ride his man on the option. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
It's a veteran defense. They've seen option before. They were prepared to see it in this game, and you're seeing it on that play right there. Everybody doing a great job with assignment football, staying in their gaps, accounting for anyone who can have the football. They were ready for the pitch guy that time, and they're able to make a quick stop.
To throw, it's Underwood. Finds his big tight end. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines. Field shrinks, tight end grows. Big targets, big results.
I've never heard it put that way, but you're dang right. That guy is so big. A lot of times you get a DB matched up on him. He can just post him up. A linebacker, he can run by him. So that's why these tight ends are so dangerous down here in this red zone.
And after that extra point, we have a tie ball game in the third quarter. I don't know about this decision. Tie game, fourth quarter. They're lining up for an onside kick. That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick. Here comes the Sooner offense back onto the field. What a good mix of plays, keeping that defense off balance last time, David. It's a seam wide open. Gets him on the ground at the 28, but not before a big 10-yard pickup.
It's so nice as an offense to know you can generate explosive plays by handing the football off to this guy. He has got incredible speed.
They're going to ride this running back. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. The Sooners are in the hurry-up.
Well, you got to give the defense credit. They knew a big key in this one was slowing this dude down, especially after how well he played the last time out. They have been swift.
And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
And how about the defense getting home with the pass rush? Playing man coverage in the back end. You need to win up front. Those guys got to get to the quarterback, do a great job rushing the passer. I can play man when I got a pass rush like that.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Inside the 25. Nifty little scamper on this one, enough for the first down, and he slides in safely.
How about that critical moment in the 4th quarter? He hasn't really had a lot of success on the ground, but you put the ball in his hands. It's a pass play. You want to throw it, but he makes a very good decision. He tucks it. He gets the first down. That's a big-time play in the 4th quarter by this quarterback.
Motion from the wideout. Might be changing the route. Now he's going to break the pocket. He just wisely got rid of that one. The worst thing that can happen to you is to turn it over on 1st down in the red zone.
Tell you what, that was a lightning-fast decision. You could tell he knew what he wanted to do right away, makes the decision, but maybe his footwork wasn't a little bit good, and the pass wasn't where he wanted to put that thing. I know that.
So now it's 2nd and long. Here's a quick throw out to the left. He is down at the 1. A terrific run after the throw and catch.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
And this offense can just about take touchdown Sooner. They've got the lead here in the 4th.
This is like having an extra running back in your backfield. This quarterback is magic. When he decides to keep the football, he can make people look absolutely silly. He shows you on that play.
The extra point is good, and now in the 4th, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Oh, this defense wants to bring some pressure to the ground with the back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Man, a lot of times when you blitz that linebacker, it's about timing. You don't show your hand, and he gets up to the line of scrimmage, gets right through the line, makes the tackle for a loss.
And as soon as the running back gets the football, he's got a face full of linebacker.
Not much you can do there. Like, you got to have a little better block. You got to identify that blitz a little bit faster by the offensive line.
Dropping back, it's Underwood. Grabbed in the middle, it's McCulley. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm.
They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. Trailing by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Converts on 4th down, still going. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with the first down. Really good job there. Don't force anything. Take your time, and he finds his man for the first down.
Yeah, and I think really good job by seeing the defense. Understand that they're dropping back. They're taking away most things. All right, get the ball to my running back. He can make plays after he catches it. Nice job by the quarterback seeing the situation and where to go with the football.
Wants to go up top on first down. Oh, it's picked off. What a bad time for a mistake like that. He'll try to take it back.
Big-time players make big-time plays in big-time games. Great job by the defense, not closing the door completely, but stopping the momentum late in the game when you already got a lead. Nice job, D.
Oklahoma offense will go back to work. So that defense keeps the lead right where it is and a chance to build up. There he goes! Wide open spaces. He finally goes out of bounds after the explosive play, but now the question is, did the official see something to bring it back? And the defense is just about out of room to defend. They are backed up right on the doorstep. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
I know you took a loss on first down there trying to run the football, but you've got the lead, and you've got to continue to run the football. And this is a big challenge now for your offensive line. Those guys up front, you've got to find a way against the defense that knows you're going to do it.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Oklahoma!
And it was so important for the offense to come up with a touchdown there and not kick a field goal. You're trying to put this thing out of reach. And that touchdown puts so much pressure on their opponent now with less than 2 minutes to go.
And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the fourth. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
A lot of interest in this CUSA showdown today, so let's catch you up to speed on things. Minnesota is currently rowing the boat right now, and this is shaping up to be a blowout to remember. They're up by 24 over Western Kentucky. Conference USA tends to make its presence felt, and we'll circle back with any big changes, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Wants to throw. It's Underwood. Here's a throw downfield late. What a spectacular grab there as they try to finish this game with a little something to feel good about. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. Looking to throw on first down. Catch in the middle. It's McCulley. Across the 25. He gets across the 20 and finally out of bounds at the 19 there in the red zone.
Well, this offense has a ton of work left ahead of them here in this 2-minute situation late in the game, but the drive off to a good start. You get the first down, you get out of bounds, you work in the perimeter of the field. That is exactly what you want to do.
They're looking to pass from the red zone. He wants it all. And he's got it for a touchdown, so hold on a second. They're not dead yet. In fact, they're suddenly feeling much better.
If we had any chance to make this happen, we had to score with a little bit of time on the clock. Now we need a miracle. Now we need to kick the onside, get an onside kick, and somehow, some way, make a big play.
Play the analytics here, and you go for 2. The option look. He'll pitch it. He's in there for the 2-point conversion, and now they're just down 6. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they close the deal with a 20-yard pass for 6. They got one of the touchdowns they needed, and they'll try to get the ball back right now with the onside kick. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time, when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. No reason to do anything here except keep it on the ground on 2nd and 5. They'll see if they can find some running room on the right here. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line.
Smart offense. I love it, man. Make them use that timeout. Run the football. I can run the football and let that clock now tick inside of a minute. I'm in great situation to win this football game. Just be smart and keep that thing running.
The offense will quickly use a timeout.
Timeout, Oklahoma.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. He wants to change this route. He'll take a deep shot here. Here's an interception. Oh, did they need that turnover? He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. Let's see if this offense can get out of a hole as they start this drive at their own 8. Looking to throw, it's Underwood. Fires to the tight end. He goes to the ground, but not before a big pickup and a 1st down. Timeout called by the offense. 23 seconds remaining in the game. They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. Looking to throw on 1st down. The short hands, it's Hester. He's brought down at the 29 after a 10-yard gain. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. Looking downfield on 1st down. Chucked it away just as he was hit. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds.
And the defense is smelling blood in the water at this juncture. They know the offense is going to throw it, and that's why you see these D linemen and linebackers, man, they are pinning their ears back, getting after the quarterback, and the hit that time helped force the incompletion.
Off play action. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left.
And you absolutely expect those shots from this offense. And I love it. The defense was prepared. You got to know where the burners are. You know he can go. So you got to play that deep route. They play it great. Don't give up the big play. Stay deep and don't let anyone get behind you.
They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. What a show both of these teams put on today. Couple of outstanding squads. hotly contested battle all the way to the very end.
Yeah, we came into this one expecting this to be a back-and-forth battle. We knew it was going to go down late into the fourth quarter. At the end of the day, the higher-ranked team, David, they were really able to lean on those playmakers and that leadership they've got in the locker room.
Yeah, and now I think even more so, you're starting to believe in them. They're battle-tested. This team they find a way to get things done. That's why they're ranked where they're at. And I expect this team to stay in contention for the college football playoff because they're proving week in and week out they're a really good squad.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.